በዚህ ብሔራዊ ፓርክ እንዲሁም በዚህ ሐይቅ ውስጥ ብቻ የሚገኝ እና በዚህ ብሔራዊ ፓርክ ስያሜ ጋራ ጨበራ ተብሎ የተሰየመ ወርቃማ አሳ የተገኘበት ሐይቅ ነው።
Welcome back. Ethiopia shared its experience on artificial intelligence at an ambassadors roundtable at the AI for Good Global Summit 2023, organized by the International Telecommunication Union (ITU) from 6th to 7th July 2023 in Geneva, Switzerland. Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary and Permanent Representative of Ethiopia to the UN office at Geneva and other international organizations in Switzerland, Tsagab Kababo, in his intervention highlighted Ethiopia's experience on the field. Kababo stated that in 2020, the government of Ethiopia established the first ever Artificial Intelligence Institute mandated to provide research-based artificial intelligence services mainly focused on 5 major areas such as AI robotics, big data, natural language processing NLP, machine learning, and computer vision. South Sudanese ambassador to Ethiopia said the GERD lights up Africa by integrating neighboring countries with energy supplies. Ambassador James Peter Morgan also noted that the dam promotes industrialization and is a game changer. Once again, Goshu Melliso has the following.
Ethiopia, the second most populous nation on the continent, has the second biggest electricity deficit in Africa, according to the World Bank. More than 65% of the population lacking a connection to the grid despite huge potential. Ethiopia has begun building a huge hydropower plant to access electricity and extricate its people from poverty. Talking to Diplomatic Insight program, South Sudanese ambassador to Ethiopia said the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam light up Africa by integrating neighboring countries with energy supplies.
These are the bigger projects, like this one, the dam here now in the Renaissance Dam, and the other one in DRC Congo. It is called the Inga Dam. These two dams can light up Africa. The darkness, we can be able to clear this darkness, because this dam alone can supply the neighboring countries, like Somalia, like Djibouti, like South Sudan, like even Sudan. And then even Kenya, the other parts of Kenya which are neighboring Ethiopia, can still get the same supply of this hydro power.
The ambassador noted that access to electricity is part and parcel of Africa's Agenda 2063. He said the GERD built in Ethiopia and Ingadam in Democratic Republic Congo are game changers to realize industrialization.
It is an infrastructure by itself, and this also can mimic development, can bring development. Because you really, when you talk about when we talk about the industrialization, we cannot industrialize without electricity. So this is part of that Agenda 2063. It is a part of it. Electricity in the continent is one of it. So we also feel that the two dams, the one of Renaissance Dam and the one of Inga in DRC Congo, can be game changers.
Ethiopia's multi-billion-dollar power plant on the Abai River has started generating 375 megawatts of electricity. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed announced on Thursday that the force filling of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam will extend to late August or early September.
The United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD, is doing everything possible for the success of Ethiopia's 10-year development program. As to the UNCTAD Division for Africa, Least Developed Countries and Special Programs Director Paul Akiwumi said. In an exclusive interview with the Ethiopian news agency, Akiwumi said that UNCTAD is finalizing a holistic development program for implementation stage in Ethiopia, and the program will help the country to build the necessary capacities in the areas that they have comparative advantages. He added that, among others, the country can develop goods and services, can trade with partners, and trade more effectively within the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. Listen to him.
Development doesn't happen overnight. Development is a process. It takes time. but there's a need for perseverance and also the right policies to have in place. We are doing everything possible to support the 10-year Ethiopia Economic Development Program. What is clear is that there are some the gaps and there are challenges, but every economy has gaps and challenges. The key thing is that you have the right policies to address those gaps and challenges, and that you have the right capacity in all the sectors to be able to address those gaps and challenges.
Welcome back in business. UK-based global major power and propulsion systems group Rolls-Royce and Africa's largest carrier, Ethiopian Airlines, have announced that they have signed a service agreement for the maintenance of the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-97 engines that will power the airline's 4 new Airbus A350-1000 wide-body airliners. According to Rolls-Royce plc, the contract was signed at Rolls-Royce Civil Aerospace Head Office in Derby in England and also formed part of the airline celebrations of 50 years of flying to the UK. The service agreement, branded Total Care by Rolls-Royce, vests maintenance cost and time on wing risk in the manufacturer. It gives operators predictability, operational certainty, as well as known service and maintenance costs.
ጤና ይስጥልን ተመልካቾቻችን፣
ይህ የምልክት ቋንቋ ፕሮግራም ነው።
ያንን መነሻ አድርገን የተለያዩ ጥናታዊ ጽሁፎችን ካሰባሰብን በኋላ ነው ወደ ለውጥ ይሄር ነው። ከዛ ነጥርሲትም አሉ።
እናመሰግናለን። አሁን ደግሞ የምንገኘው በኤፍኤም 97.1 ስቱዲዮ ውስጥ ነው። ከአንጋፋ እስከ ወጣት የተቋሙ ሰራተኞች እዚህ ይገኛሉ። የኤፍኤም ሬዲዮአችን ማለት ነው። እንዲሁም
Welcome to the land of origins. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia is pleased to serve all your traveler banking needs. If you have money from any of these 16 countries, you can convert it to local currency by visiting our nearest branch. Alternatively, our secure Forex ATMs accept cash exchange, or if you prefer using your cards, we've partnered with Visa, MasterCard, and UnionPay so that you can withdraw cash from our local ATMs or make cashless transactions at thousands of local POS partners securely and with confidence. We are linked with more than 700 global banks through our direct SWIFT address, CBE Teta. We also work with 16 international money transfer agents, out of which Tune and World Remit enable you to make direct deposits into our savings and current accounts or our popular CBE Burr mobile wallet. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, the bank you can always rely on.
So for those of you who feel they need something to give strength to their relationship and love, this is also got into the Fish River Canyon. As you can see, we have a couple of love locks here on the chains that take you down the hiking path.
On this episode of Across All Borders Going South, it's all about the long road south. A trip to Fish River Canyon, Namibia, the world's second largest canyon. If you put in Google Map Windhoek to Hobus Camp, which is one of the lodges close to the Fish River Canyon, you will see immediately that it is about 644 kilometers, or if you started from Luderitz, it's 419 kilometers to the Hobus Camp. The Fish River Canyon is the second largest canyon in the world after the Grand Canyon. It commences at Seeheim at the lowest course of the river. The canyon is 161 kilometers long, 27 kilometers wide, and up to 550 meters deep. About the campsite or the Hobus accommodation and campsite offers different types of stays. So you've got lodges, and they've even got a pool for the rooms, and you've got the campsite.
And finally, Kenyan anti-government protesters held demonstrations over the cost of living caused by a law bill that raises taxes on a wide range of items. Protesters were arrested in Nairobi over demonstrations called by the opposition against newly imposed taxes. Shagao Yamato has the details from Africa News.
More than 20 anti-government protesters were arrested in Nairobi on Friday over demonstrations called by the opposition against newly imposed tax. Hundreds of protesters turned out in the Kenyan capital, as well as in the coastal city of Mombasa and the lakeside city of Kisumu, where the opposition enjoys huge support.
How is this life? This life has become so hard. As it is, I am tired. Please lower the prices of petrol. Today I am protesting because of petrol prices. My wife has run away because of the price of flour and the hard life. I can't even pay rent because of the cost of living. The landlord is always at my door and there is no money.
Police dispersed the protesters, firing tear gas canisters at them. The opposition had called for the demonstrations to protest the newly imposed tax on petroleum products, salaried workers and businesses.
We want him, William Ruto, to lower the cost of living so that every citizen can afford food to eat and educate their children. We do not have anything. We're working hard, but there is no money. He wants to tax the little money that we have in our pockets. What will we eat? If one has money, it is okay to be taxed, but we have nothing. Our young men can't even marry. They are unable to feed themselves. How will they feed those that they marry?
On Friday, some businesses in major cities remained closed. The implementation of the newly signed law that increased taxes has been suspended by a court pending the hearing of a case filed by an opposition senator challenging its legality. The government has, however, implemented the tax on petroleum products.
You're watching Addis News Hour. Here's a quick reminder of the stories making headlines. PM Abiy calls upon all Ethiopians to plant 500 million new tree seedlings in one day. And police disperse protesters lamenting high cost of living in Kenya. That's all we had for now. I'm Tabitha John. Many thanks for watching. Have a good night.